From the perspective of the Quran, Gabriel, and the messenger who brings revelation, are different persons. You can see this distinction in the first verses of the Mursalat Surah and some verses of the Najm Surah. According to the Bible, revelations come from Orion, but according to the Quran and Torah, they come from the throne of God in the sky. In other words, from a distance of 50,000 years. It is highly probable that Gabriel is one of the superior intelligence watchers. You can watch the video I made about watchers. Jibr, Cebr, means Jabbar, hard, strong, and Liyl means God. In other words, Gabriel means a Jabbar, strong servant of God. Mikhail is mentioned in the Quran as Michael. Its meaning is, the one who makes the measure perfect. The concept of winged angels was probably symbolic. I have told you before that I do not believe in alien lizard stories, and that the creatures known as aliens are actually humans like us, but more advanced and more intelligent than us. Some verses in the Bible, Luke, I will give them in a moment, and these lines written by Mehmet Akif Ersoy seem to support this thesis of mine. Hey soldier who fell for this land. If ancestors descended from the sky and kissed that pure forehead, it would be worth it. Mehmet Akif Ersoy, to the martyrs of Canakkale. Pay attention here. If our ancestors descended from the sky and kissed that pure forehead, it would be worth it. If you remember, Sadettin Teksoy made a program about this. He said that clouds had descended over the heads of the British Norfolk Regiment and the soldiers were drawn into this cloud. Of course, since Teksoy was a mischievous man, this issue was not taken into consideration. Now let's bring together what Akif said in this part of the poem and what Teksoy said in that section and ask the following. Did people really come down from heaven? If so, who were they? Were they the same people who came down at the time of Jesus? Where did they come from and why? If we pay attention, the chaos of the world wars also occurred during these dates and after the war. Many books, magazines, newspapers and all the information around the world were burned. Just like what happened after the Babylonian invasion, just like what was done to the Library of Alexandria. What are they hiding from, and why? Hitler was very interested in celestial bodies and the sky. There is even solid evidence published that he had some flying saucers built, went to the moon and returned, and had a base established there. You can find and watch videos of this on the internet. If you pay attention, the swastika symbol on their coat of arms is the same as the Oz Tamga symbol used by the ancient Turks. I wonder if the origin of this symbol was a snake. I have said in my other videos that the snake is a symbol of freedom. If this is true, we can better understand why the Turks, who have always fought for freedom and full independence, use this symbol and why Atatürk specifically adopted the motto, Fully Independent Türkiye. It was no coincidence that the Germans and the Turks entered the World War together. Although Hitler and Atatürk never met, Hitler stated that he took Atatürk as an example with the words, Atatürk was a source of inspiration for us, and I get all my energy from Atatürk. Both wanted their people to be free, independent, equal and prosperous. For this, they fought hard against capitalism and, strangely enough, both were declared barbarians, fascists and dictators by the capitalists. Just before the lines I quoted. He is lying down, with his clean forehead wounded, for the sake of a crescent, O Lord, what suns are setting. It is said. In my other videos I have mentioned that the snake and the moon crescent also represent women. How many suns set for the sake of a crescent? So, two conclusions can be drawn from this. First, these wars were fought for freedom, complete independence. Second, for our women. Both possibilities can be accepted as true because Atatürk both glorified our women and adopted the principle of a fully independent Türkiye in the new republic. The Turks won the war by darkening the sun of the colonialist enlighteners and signed a 100-year ceasefire. When we put all of this together, there may have been a celestial support, but we do not yet know how and in what way this support was summoned. NASA recently reported that there were portals that opened and closed. While I don't trust NASA, I don't think it's possible that all these examples could come together and form a connection by chance. Do those descending from the sky really come from a distance of 50,000 years, or did they come from the dark region of the moon or from underground Agartha? I'm not sure. If the myths that the devil, snake, Hades was sent to the underworld are true, then Admiral Byrd's Agartha claim is also true, and it is true that all civilizations that used the snake, swastika symbol received support from here and that visits were made from here. For thousands of years, perhaps ever since we were locked in this cage of the world, they have been sending their secret messengers to inform people, and sometimes they have been descending from the clouds in sky ships to support the sons of snakes. Ali Imran 125. Yes, if you are patient and fear Allah, even if they, your enemies, come against you right now, your Lord will come to your aid with 5,000 decorated angels. Luke 26-28. And people will faint when they expect the calamities that will come upon the world, for the heavenly powers will be shaken, and they will see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory. When these things begin to happen, stand up straight and lift up your heads, for your salvation is near. Pay attention to this part. They will see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with great power and glory. That is, those who will come will not be misshapen green creatures, but probably humans like us, but taller and more intelligent. Sumerian tablets and other holy books give us detailed information about these visits. In fact, in the Bible's Revelation, these beings are described as Egyptian gods wearing animal masks. As we finish the video, I would like to draw attention to one more issue. When we carefully examine the historical process and the messages of the holy books, it is understood that it is not the sky, light God who helps people and humankind, or rather, the sons of snakes, but the snake dragon God who rebels against them. If the celestial war mentioned in the Bible's Revelation really happened and the serpent dragon really lost the war and was banished here, then those living in this earthly cage are the children of Satan. That is why it is constantly said in the Quran, "We will test you, we will make you suffer, and if you still do not believe, we will destroy you." If I speak for myself, I did not open my eyes in this worldly hell of my own volition. I did not want this wretched life. I did not want to be a servant, slave to the owners of this world. What would happen if they took me to their imaginary heaven after I died? What would happen if they did not? If all these stories are stories made up by humans to keep people together and to maintain unconditional obedience, then damn the human race. We are more savage than even the wildest animal. But if these stories are true and we are truly children of the devil, then keep fighting, my friends. Keep fighting until we place true freedom in this world's madhouse forever. While we live in their system, no one will give us our freedom. We will take it ourselves, or we will choose to surrender and live by their rules forever and continue this vile cycle of life. We will reproduce, be born, grow, work, and after making them rich we will die. We will return to our eternal darkness as if we never existed. With the pride of being a servant, slave to the system.